Okay, there we go.
Your head noise. Noise sinking.
Hey, Christian Lee here for Earworm Digital. I'm here with, would you like to introduce yourself?
Luke Wild.
Luke, and how you doing on this lovely day?
I'm good, man.
It's
good.
kind of sick. I mean, you know, we live in, Cali, but it's not too hot today, which is nice.
It's really nice, yeah. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming to the house.
Of course.
The blue table.
The blue table, blue coffee, blue ashtray. We got it all here.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, I've seen you before. I've seen you twice. Both times when you were opening for Mickey Darling.
Yeah.
Shout out to the boys, love them. But let's talk about, music, always great. But let's talk about the new single that you dropped, was it last week, right?
Yeah.
Timebomb.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so tell me a little bit about that. Because, you know, obviously you listen to your music, you have a wide array of, like, you know, different styles and everything.
Yeah.
And this one's a little bit more chill. It feels like a little bit more jazzy.
Yeah.
And so tell me, like, how did that come to be?
I remember I was pretty frustrated that day. Like, I've been working on my new EP project called Fishbowl. Mm-hmm. And I have been working really hard to try to, like, just elevate the sound. And that day, I had made a song with another artist that ended up isn't coming out. And the tempo of that song I really, really liked. So it started with kind of the tempo. I wanted something that was kind of slower and groovy and summery for the girlies, you know. So, but yeah, I've been trying to write a song called Timebomb for like 2 months, and I had written a few versions of it, like acoustic, and but it was cool, man. I did that mostly me, and then my two friends John and Austin got on it, and yeah, dude, it's one of my favorite ones. I'm really happy that it came together. We made it like 3 weeks before it came out.
Oh, dang,
Yeah,
that quick?
yeah.
Dang, that quick was there, man.
We got the master done and turned it in like maybe the next day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because this is a good song. And because I think, I think what my favorite songs for you are just, you know, more of the up-tempo, the more like alt-rock song, alt-rock type.
Yeah.
But then you have just a wide array of style too. And speaking about the girlies too, you know, you've collabed with a bunch of people like working on your music, you know, for example, like Spill Tab.
Yeah.
Alex
Legendary.
Page, Deb
Yep.
Never.
Yep.
And so, because I know for Deb Never, you did some work with her on her last project, right?
Yeah, two projects ago.
Yeah, 2 projects, okay.
Yeah.
But then what about like Spill Tab and Alex Page? Like, how did those come together?
I love like, because I write and produce for other people as well, and I really, really love that. And I think that particularly with those three, with Alex, with Deb, and with Claire, Spill Tab, and then also I have a song with Sir Chloe, Dana.
Yeah.
I really like working with any artist, but I connect a lot. I feel like I connect a little bit more with female artists who have like a really good sense of artistry and presence, you know? And all of those artists, for me, are they're like my favorite. Like, I listen to Deb so much. I listen to Claire. I've been a fan of Claire since like her first song, you know, and so we met, you know, through running around and doing sessions and stuff, and I think that all of those songs happened really, really organically. The Alex song was in one day. The Deb song was supposed to be on her project, and then she was kind enough to let me have it. And then the Claire song I had made, and I just really felt like her voice would fit, you know, so I try to keep it as it's not like schemy, you know, it's always just like people I think have like really pure artistry, so I love all of them were great. And all of them are like real fast too, like they all did it in like, you know, 1 or 2 days.
Dude, they're all so good.
Yeah.
And then you did talk about Sir Chloe too, and I did, believe it or not, that song that you did, because I think it was like called, you know, the terrible version of Fever Brain.
Yeah.
I listened to the OG version of Fever Brain like, you know, years ago.
Oh, really?
And then when I was doing the research for you again,
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, like this isn't like anywhere. I only see like the Sir Chloe version.
Oh, the OG version is still on the project.
Oh, okay.
It's just on the first EP. But that was the first song I ever put out.
I know.
Crazy.
It's crazy, huh?
Dude, man. Yeah, not a lot of people know about that song. That song was the first song I was ever like, okay, I'm not awful at music. Because I had written a lot of songs and I was like, boy, I am not good at this. So it means a lot to me that you even know about that song, bro.
But yeah, you know, you talk about, you know, you were writing, you're not too confident, but I believe, you know, obviously your music's great, but I think you first started off, you know, you did more songwriting, more production side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was, sorry.
Oh, no. It's an interview about you. Keep going.
yeah, man, I was just, making beats. I was making like trap beats and shit in Atlanta. I was producing for people. I had a little studio, and I had always written my own music, but I think like, yeah, I was just shy. And then meeting my manager Danny, and some other people out here who were encouraging. And I had always wanted to do it, but I think that I needed just someone to tell me like, you can do it, because it's easy. It was easy for me to make records for other people. It's still.
Yeah.
But I really enjoy both. But yeah, man, I started just playing all the instruments and getting straight to it, getting into the studio.
Yeah. Let's talk about that a little bit more though, because I know you were born and raised in Florida. I think was it the Tampa area, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were born and raised in Tampa.
Yeah.
But then I think you started doing production more seriously and everything when
Yeah.
you were in Atlanta. But how did you get up there?
Well, I was actually born in Atlanta.
Really?
And
Oh,
then
okay.
when I was a little kid, we moved to Tampa. I was going to college about 2 hours north of Atlanta, a small school where I had gotten like a music scholarship. And my plan was really to just be as good at guitar as I could and maybe play for like a rapper or R&B artist, like a country artist or something, and make, some money and just tour.
Oh, I did hear about that. Yeah, you used to have some country sessions back in the day and everything too.
Oh
huh?
yeah, man, I love country music, bro.
Oh,
but
okay.
but
Explains a lot.
yeah, exactly. I had a friend who worked at a TI studio, a studio called Grand Hustle.
Yeah, that's his label.
And I was telling him how I was a little bit frustrated creatively, and I was touring at that time for a gospel artist playing guitar, and I was just like, I feel like I could be doing more. And my boy Tyler, shout out to T-Toms, good friend, he was like, yo, I know a lot of rap producers from working at the studio. I think you could work with them. Because I was a real big rap head. And like,
Yeah. I mean, Atlanta?
SoundCloud era, you know what I mean? It was pure 2018, 2019, like real like peak.
Oh yeah, this was the SoundCloud way.
Almost,
this was
almost the end of the SoundCloud era, So yeah, he was like, yo, you should meet some people. He introduced me to a bunch of producers, and then that's kind of how I got plugged in Atlanta. And I dropped out of school like maybe 2 months later, moved into a friend's house in Atlanta and lived there for like a year. Through being out there, started working people in LA, and then that's how I got out here.
And that's where you also met Danny in Atlanta too, or?
I met Danny in LA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had a session out here for another artist I was working for, and I was kind of bouncing off the walls, running around, and he was really sweet, and he saw something in me, and yeah, we've been together since, we've been together since.
Yeah, I believe in LA when you moved here, that's when you started, like, also like learning. I mean, we're not learning, but you also pivoted from more production songwriting to like actually just releasing your own stuff, right?
Yeah. I put out a few songs before, but they were so bad. They were like real, like Post Malone meets like just not as good as Post Malone.
Oh, I do. I forgot the name, but I do remember listening to one like on YouTube.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, it was good. It was good to, I think, for me, be around people who were making music that it was a good reference point, to be around here. I was around this band, The Neighborhood, a lot when they were doing their record with Danny produced it, and I was just around and just seeing the process of that was really cool to learn how to make like, more timeless music, instead of like music of the times,
Dang. Well said.
Yeah.
But let's talk about like some artists, like because you've been basically doing music since you were a kid. Also I think you were like doing some gospel stuff when you were younger and everything too, right?
Yeah.
Like who are some artists that just inspired you to make your music? That.
It's actually funny. I'm seeing them tonight, and I'm friends with them now. But the first band I really liked was this band from Tampa called Amberlin. They were like a alternative rock kind of outfit. They were my first concert. I'm friends. The drummer Nate is like a good friend of mine now, and they kind of were the first band that I heard where I was like, oh, I really want to do this. I think Bon Iver was big, Coldplay was big, Drake was big. Early R&B, Maxwell, D'Angelo, Music Soul Child. I listened to a lot of R&B growing up, just to learn guitar, because I think that R&B teaches you to be the most melodic with how you play and how you sing. And then I obviously grew up in the church, so I was playing a lot of gospel music and stuff like that. So a pretty eclectic taste is what inspired me. I'm really happy that I grew up. I also grew up, going to hella hardcore shows, The Chariot, 68, same singer and shit, but like Under Oath. So it was cool. I always felt like, though, I mean, like Maroon 5's first record I really liked a lot too. Like I always felt like with my friends were more hardcore punk kids, skaters and shit. And I love that music, but I always listened to, I really liked like melodic music, songs you could sing, you know? Like even at the show, I don't know if you noticed, but I always teach people the chorus so that when it comes the second time they can sing it. I like shit like that. I like shit like you hear it once and you're like, oh, the next time it comes around, I know it, you know what I mean? So that was kind of the crock pot, the hodgepodge, you know?
All right. And, you know, I've been having a pleasure talking to you so far. And, you know, we've met, you know, once or twice already.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, you know, let's take this to the next level.
Sure.
Like, after talking to me for a little bit, you think we could be friends?
Yeah. Of course, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Of course, man.
All right.
You got the Lightning McQueen Crocs on, bro.
Yeah.
It's over. Sports
It
mode.
is over. It's on sports mode right now, yeah.
When I used to be in a punk band and my homies would call me Lightning, so Lightning McQueen is one of my favorite characters.
That's funny. That's funny. All right. And well, the thing I like to do for my friends is give them gifts. So I got a few gifts for you.
What the hell?
Yeah, crazy, huh? Didn't expect that.
No.
Let me see real quick. Okay. And first one is, you know, you're talking about like in Atlanta, you're listening to a lot of rap, a lot of SoundCloud. And I know you mentioned this person on Slow Motion, so it's Playboi Carti.
Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, what the hell? Bro, this is so nice. What the fuck? Dude. Bro, thank you.
You're
Oh my
welcome.
God, thank you so much. What? Dude, this is like, yeah. What? I mean, dude, I remember where I was the night this came out. That's, dude.
Where were you?
Can I tell you this story? It's
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Let me hear it.
Holy shit, dude. Bro, what? This is the nicest gift. Bro, it's so nice of you. Wow. I'm sorry. I'm not over
Yeah.
This is like,
it's okay.
dude, this is like I listen to this all the time. I listen to Rockstar like I'm like in the car going to the studio in the morning. I'm fucking Opium Gang for life, bro. Holy shit. Thank you. Damn, I have a huge crush on this girl right now. I think I might give it to her as well.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Whatever helps you out.
We have to cut that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We can keep it. Damn. So I was in New York and my mom got COVID
Oh, okay.
Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's right.
So I was gonna fly to Florida. I don't know if y'all remember, like, you remember flights were super cheap, like
Yeah, 'cause, like, no one's
$50,
flying,
you
yeah,
know, no
yeah.
one was flying. So I was with a friend of mine and she had a small get together, and it was all these really, respectfully, kind of rich, like, you know, very, very wealthy kids. And this record came on and I like grabbed the aux and I was like, everybody, like, we gotta listen to this. And I was like FaceTiming my best friend. So I remember like the night this came out. Dude, thank you so much.
You're
bro,
welcome.
For real. Damn. Whoa, crazy. All right.
Dang. Maybe I should save one for
Dude,
last.
Narwhal has nothing on this. This is crazy.
Well, I do have some few more.
Oh my God.
And another one is, we talked about this artist earlier, and you
Yeah.
talked about Bon Iver, like his self-titled album.
Yeah.
But the album that actually influenced me the most was like, I think when I was like, straight out of like high school and everything too, it was 1 Million.
Oh my God. Dude. Oh, dude, this one is sick.
Yeah.
Oh man, Eyes on this one, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. It was
Oh,
like a very
dude.
experimental one. It was so good.
So sick. Thank you, bro.
welcome.
I'm excited. I'm gonna play these today.
I'm glad.
Wow.
You have a vinyl player?
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
We
I'm
got
glad.
a record player. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Fuck. Dude, this is so nice, man.
You're welcome.
Shit. I'm like, bro, what's your Venmo? I'll get you back, bro. I
All
got
right,
you.
yeah, we'll talk after the camera.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's actually more.
Okay.
Another one, Radiohead.
Oh shit, bro! I've just been listening to this. Wow, man. I'm going to the studio today and I'm recording a song that's kind of Radiohead coded. Damn. Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
Fake Plastic Trees is like one of my favorite songs, man. Damn. Thank you, brother.
You're welcome.
So sick. Legends. Listening to Radiohead and Blur a lot.
You're so good. All right. And last but not least, this one's a little bit of an oldie. It's Elvis.
Oh, bro.
And there's a song on here too, Danny. So
Oh,
it's funny.
bro. Dude, you know what's crazy, man, is I have Elvis's guitar tattooed right here. Because my granddad was friends with Elvis.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it's a you know, rest in peace to my granddad, Johnny Wild, but he used to run there was the Cuban mafia in Florida used to run this game that was for the community. It was kind of like a raffle, and my granddad would go and collect people's numbers. And he was dancing in the club downtown, and apparently Elvis used to party in Tampa. And then I read Elvis's book, and it was true. Yeah. But my granddad said him and Elvis became friends, and Elvis thought my granddad was cool and wanted him to tour and shit. And they kept in touch and wrote each other. So, I mean, that's the folklore. I don't know if it's true. I hope it is.
Yeah, at first when you heard it, you thought it was cap, but then...
Dude, I don't know, man. My granddad was really no cap, man. He was no kizzy, so I believe it's true, you know? So, but thank you, man. Thank you so much. Elvis is one of my favorites, you know?
I had a feeling.
Wow. This is tight. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm glad you like all the gifts.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
But before we turn off the interview, I have a little bit of a friendship quiz for you.
Sure.
So let me see if you can answer these.
Sure, yeah.
And you talked about Lightning McQueen Crocs. You talked about, your band. They called you Lightning. What can you tell me about Lightning Roundo?
Dude, you're a great interviewer. This is crazy. This is the best interview. I haven't had many interviews, but I'm very, yeah. When I was in Atlanta, I saw a lot of kids throw shows that were kind of no genre, but had a very punk attitude, And it was really inspiring to see kids be kind of free artistically. Like I would go to a show, right, and it'd be like a rapper, a funk band, a hyper pop, artist, female, male, gay, straight, everything, right? Yeah. And you would look out in the crowd and it'd be black, white, da-da-da, everybody, you know what I'm saying? All backgrounds. And I was in a crew in Chattanooga that was kind of the same. So when I came to LA and I saw a lot of people doing showcases to like try to get signed, I was kind of sitting back with the homies and I was like, I feel like it would be smarter to do something like I saw and just have a place where, so I basically, Lightning Round was we would do 2 to 3 bands, 2 to 3 rappers, R&B artists, whatever, came together. And the first one was crazy, man. Everyone played 4 shows. That's why we call it Lightning Round, because it's fast. We had people doing tattoos, people selling, art, people selling merch. And it was cool. The first one was so crazy, it got shut down by the police. Oh my God. And it was great, man. It was right, unfortunately, the pandemic hit pretty soon afterwards. Oh. So we were cooking, man. The last one we did was Ticketed. And it was with, shout out, it was with Kid Bloom. It was with Simon C, Dotha. It was just a lot of, Royal and the Serpent did one. I think that's how she got signed. So it was cool, man. It was cool. It was cool to do that. And then afterwards, we would, A&Rs would hit us up and we'd go do our little meetings and shit. And it was just cool, man. It was really fun to do. We did one last year called A Night to Remember that went really well. And then I think end of summer we're going to try to do another one. So,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Maybe I could turn up to that one.
Yeah, please. Yeah, always welcome.
Okay, and then you talked about, like other bands you were in, younger punk bands and everything. Yeah. So what can you tell me, was it, when you were in the punk band, was it with your friend Gabe or?
No, it wasn't with Benjamin and Corbin.
Okay.
But yeah, it was El Bandito Forever. It's just a little country western punk band. It's kind of like the Ramones meets Johnny Cash meets, I don't know, it was just wild style, bro. We recorded a whole album or an EP in Atlanta live one night because we only had enough money for one night in the studio, so yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, we paid,
all in one night.
I think we paid $250 for a night. Like we had to start at 8 p.m. and end at 8 a.m., so we went all night.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow, dang, that's a huge time crunch, dang.
Yeah, it was fun though.
Okay, and then I know that, yeah, I can tell from you, very nice, very wholesome. And also, I know you're close with your family, too. Because I think your dad was a pastor, your mom's a social worker, right? Yeah. And then I know you're close with your brother, Caleb.
Yeah.
But what can you tell me about, I think this might have happened during pandemic, the daily brother motivation? Do you remember that?
How do you know? Bro, yeah, for me and Caleb, my brother Caleb's a director. He directs all of the stuff for this artist, Montel Fish. He's very successful. Caleb's doing big things. He does, short films, won a lot of awards. He writes for TV, all this stuff. And me and him growing up, when we would have to do chores and do the dishes and shit, we would always do characters. And one of the characters we would do would be like a fake influencer. Because we think it's real funny, especially now with the manosphere.
Oh my
It's all these, very insecure men trying to tell people how to live and be masculine. So we had always joked, and we had been like, you know, we would be washing the dishes, and we'd be like, the thing about financial freedom, and like we would just do that. So we made a fake IG during the pandemic just to like fuck around. But it's really from us, because whenever we call each other, we'll do that on the phone as a joke.
Great
like,
bit.
Yeah. It's just, you know, it's just a bit, you know. So, but yeah, that's really funny that you know that though. But yeah, it's funny. When we were little, we used to do Vines together, and that's kind of where that started.
Dude, back in the day.
Yeah. OG
TikTok.
OG TikTok. R.I.P.
Well, hey man, thanks for taking time to do the interview.
Of course, thank you.
It's
man.
been great.
Yeah.
And before we turn off the camera, though, you know,
Yeah.
you have anything to plug? Your social media? Maybe I know
Yeah.
you dropped Timebomb already, but maybe
yeah.
a new song coming out soon? Or
Yeah.
what's happening?
Well,
Shows?
I'm going on tour with Skizzy Mars in September, so come out to that national tour. I have an EP coming out in mid-October. If you're in New York, I have my first ever headlining show in New York, October 18th. Yeah, man, I got a song coming out in a few weeks, and yeah, just Luke Wild on socials, and thank you, man. Yeah.
You're welcome. All right, that's a wrap.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the gifts, man. Thank you. Shit. Fuck, can you take a picture of us?
Oh yeah. No, he
Bro,
will,
this
he
is-
will.
The way that you talk to me took a page from your book. Guess I could never really read you. No job, no car, you're just my type. Talk mom and drugs and Jesus.